Hey, Music Moneymakers, check out this clip from an interview I did with Social Token News. You may also know this guy as Amari MC from AmariMC.com. He does music marketing and playlisting marketing for a lot of artists out there, and I recommend a lot of you all to his platform for that. Now he has a new platform called Social Token News, so check out this excerpt from an interview on his podcast that I did.
So you break down a lot of leaving money on the table. So we already built the business. We got our business structure now. Now we need revenue for that business. Revenue comes from a lot of different places. So going into breaking down, leaving money on the table, where all this money comes from, how would you explain that to artists?
Yeah, well, first we got to go back to the copyright before we go into shows, merch, and all that extra. Those are ancillary income sources outside of the music, right? So when we look at those copyrights and we look at the ability to license those assets, that's where we're going to make the money. Like, this is where I learned, right? I was starting with the sync company, and I didn't know anything about publishing. But as I started rubbing shoulders with other publishers, I really saw like, oh, this is how you really make money with this. And it's not, most people, when they hear licensing and they're coming into the business, it's mainly from a beat leasing type of place, because that's going to be the first place you're going to hear about it. The second place you're going to hear about it is sync licensing, getting your stuff on television and film. But then what are those rights that come with that? You know what I mean? Or how do you exercise those rights? You know what I'm saying? So once you understand that this is where we're going to make money, we're making money on these 6 rights: the right to reproduce, the right to distribute, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, public display, the right to print, you know what I mean? Making money on those licenses. Now we know where we're going to execute this thing at. Now we know the type of royalties we're looking for: the right to public performance, which is BMI and ASCAP and CSAC, right? That's the first selection that many people make. But then what about the rest of those royalties that we leave on the table? Prime example, I was in Target, and I'm making a show about this, so if this comes out before this show comes out, whatever. I saw it's same time this week, rather. I saw a Diana Ross t-shirt in Target.
All right.
Right? And I said, oh, that's interesting. That's a dope t-shirt. And I get closer and I say, oh, they put the music on the shirt.
Like lyrics?
No, they put the actual sheet music behind her picture on the shirt. So it was very clever, because that publisher now gets paid. That's the right to print. That's public display. So I'm out at Target and I see this shirt right here. Well, for one thing, of course, we know Diana Ross is making some money off of this, and the brand of Diana Ross is making money off of this. But if you look here, you see these musical notes right there. When you see that, this is a print license for music publishing. They put the sheet music here, and I'm quite sure that either she negotiated it, her brand or her company or her whatever negotiated it, or her publishers negotiated this with her company so that the music will be placed here and they can get a royalty off the shirt. That's print licensing right there. That's how you get money. Now you have Diana Ross, her name and her picture. That's her brand. But I'm quite sure that they worked a deal with the publisher, and the publisher said, hey, why don't you put the sheet music behind there and we get a royalty off the sale? You're going into, 3,000 Targets across America. This will be great for us. And that's how you exercise your copyrights, right? I saw the same. I was in a random Goodwill the other day, but I saw a Janet Jackson Velvet Rope Tour t-shirt, right? Now I looked at it because it was printed on an Old Navy t-shirt. So obviously it was in Old Navy. And it was from 2 years ago, because I'm looking for the dates. The record label had the titles of the song beneath her picture. Janet Jackson at the top, but her title was there. And also at the bottom was a barcode. And I'm like, what does this barcode go to? It goes back to the master recording. But this is public display. So even though the record company on the sound recording doesn't own the title to the song, the publisher does. Therefore, they can get a cut of that t-shirt sale, and then you sell it across 3,000-4,000 Old Navy stores in America.
Man, so this is
business.
Yeah, this is really understanding the law more than anything.
Yeah,
and it's how do I use the law to my advantage? And whether or not somebody likes some of these laws, like how do I use it to my advantage while my impartation is while still staying ethical and moral. But yeah, like the stuff about, the sheet music being in the background, they probably made it like faded in the background or something like that.
It was crystal clear.
Oh,
it was crystal clear. Yeah.
I imagine it's not the most appealing t-shirt at that point, but somebody's getting paid.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got the application of all these different types of royalties at work now. This goes beyond just playing a song on Spotify and YouTube and getting paid for it. Now it's, how do I incorporate this with my other products in my business? Or even any deals I do. Like that's a deal with Target. Target is a distributor who have thousands and thousands of employees that are going to ensure, lawyers on staff, making sure. Essentially, big companies will just hire lawyers to make sure they don't get sued, right? That's their entire deal. Making sure they look at the law and things like this so that the money goes to the right people, set it up in these contracts, which we'll get into more contracts later, but set it up in these contracts and everybody gets their respective piece under the law.
Hey, thanks for watching that, you all. Don't forget to visit musicmoneymakeover.com, book a call with me there, or download some of the free material I have below. You will see a full link to this video coming soon, and it will be posted on the channel coming soon as well. I'll see you next time. Peace.